open it. Wow. Well, hey everybody, I'm Bill.
And I'm Elizabeth. Live simple.
Live free.
We're going to be looking once again at some of the great things going on outside today, and finally found a little window of time where it's not pouring rain like Noah's Ark needs to float by.
Oh, it's been raining for a week. It's been crazy. I've been working on trying to get the shed roof done, and we have a 2 or 3 hour window this morning with no rain.
Yay.
I got the shed roof done, and now it's supposed to start raining again this afternoon for a couple more days.
So I'm going to get some work done in the garden that would be nice to not be in the rain. It's actually really been nice of the Lord to water my plants for me.
Right.
It's been saving me time going out to water because they're all getting a real good drink.
Yep.
Yep. All right, before we start showing you how things are growing, we wanted to wish a very happy 23rd anniversary to Bernie and Corky.
Yep.
That'll be on Sunday. So have a wonderful anniversary.
Absolutely.
Yeah, be blessed. All right, let's go take a look and see what's growing. All right, this is my root vegetable bed. And yes, my turnips have gotten like totally out of control here. I have my map, and on it, I've also done some research and written down how far apart these should be. So, yeah, I got to get these turnips kind of thinned out here just a little bit. This has all been a learning process. Anyway, the turnips are supposed to be about 6 inches apart. Okay, well, I'm going to start harvesting some turnips here. You know, the greens are wonderful. I love them. And I'm going to take a little bit of that like homemade, home-rendered lard and get some turnip greens and maybe put a little bit of meat with it and cook some up. These are really, really good. We've had so much heavy rain. I think some of this has gotten a little bit ahead of me. I am seeing some evidence of some ants that are farming aphids, and I think they're chewing on my leaves. I'm going to have to get on top of that. Molly gave me some stuff that I can spray on there that's really organic, and I got to watch out for the slugs, and I've got some eggshells that I want to crumble up, like really fine and tiny. I have them just about all ready that I'm going to spread around because the slugs don't like that. So, but in the meantime, these guys are sure growing, and I've got to thin some things out here. So let's see here. Try to leave really big ones. And like I said, I'll clean these leaves carefully, and I'm probably going to end up with some pretty nice, oh, look at that little turnip, with some pretty nice greens here. Here, see, little turnip. But I got to space these guys out. Oh, look here, hon. See, they got a lovely turnip growing. So I'll leave that one, and I'll pull this one. And give it some spacing here. Fortunately, these greens are just wonderful to eat. And of course, you need to thin gardens out and give them a chance for the roots to really grow. So I've got a couple really nice sized turnips here. This is so exciting. Ooh, egg a slug. I'll put some eggshells down. And I just need to, I'm gonna have to come out even if it's raining hard and just check everybody and get the slugs off and watch out for the aphids. But I'm certainly having no trouble growing. I'm very excited about that. Okay, now let's move you because this other one's getting nice and big. There we go. Oh, little bitty baby turnip. I've never grown turnips before. This is so much fun. Okay, now I'm just going to kind of thin this patch out so that one of them can start becoming dominant. And then this is going to free up these other turnips that I grew over here to get some more light. The beets are supposed to be about 3 inches apart. And these greens also are really lovely to eat. So I'm going to give these guys a little thinning here. And you can always really tell them, apparently, you know, because of course they've got red in their leaves. There we go. Oh, look, little beet. Oh, I know I get really excited, but it's just so cool to me to watch this stuff growing. Okay, I'll get these beets all thinned out so they're about 3 inches apart. And then there'll be some on the side here that can have a better chance of growing. Because I tried to fill the bed in just a little bit better. You know, one thing Barry told me was that when I pull up weeds and all that kind of stuff, to make sure I just go ahead and put the dirt, even the broken up weed back in, because it's going to just keep feeding the soil. So, okay, I'll finish the beets. This is going to be kind of hard. Look at these beautiful things, but I really need to whittle it down to about 3.
What is that?
That is pumpkin. They're like little, like good baking pumpkins. So, and Bill's so cute. He's like, "What do you do with a pumpkin?" I thought it was just only for, like, you know, carving or something. And I'm like, "Nope, they're yummy to eat, and not just necessarily for pies." So, oh, they're prickly. I should get my gloves on. Okay. This is a beautiful plant, but I've got a really big one right next to it, so this is going to have to go. Oh, that's hard. It's got flowers coming up. But I've got to let the ones really grow. So, oh gosh, that makes me want to go and just stick that somewhere in the yard. Of course, then you'd have to mow it. It would be a real headache. I have to realize it's a blessing that I have a superfluity of plants, even though it's really hard to pull them out. Okay. Now, there's a big one, here's a big one, and here's a bigger one. So, pull you up. And now I am left with a big one, pretty good sized one here. Good spacing to that one and to that one. And that should leave me with 3, and that's how much I'm supposed to have on this area. And hopefully, yeah, see, we're starting to get some flowers. Right in there. Oh, I love it.
And your pumpkin is going to be completely covering your herbs, which are right.
That's parsley. It'll be okay. I'll keep an eye on it. I can always grow parsley someplace else. Right now, I'm just excited that I'm growing pumpkins. In here, my honeydew is growing, and over on this side, I do have watermelon coming up. And as they get bigger and stronger, I'll get them down to 3 plants each. But I want to see that I'm going to have good, healthy plants growing before I take any of them out. So, oh, that was a hard sacrifice to make. Okay. Now, there's nothing I really have to do over in this bed, but now I have to work over here in the squashes, which are doing wonderfully. Now I've got different kinds of winter squash in this section, and that section. And I am not going to actually have to take these down too much at all, because I can have 6 plants here. And if they get big and sprawly and try to crawl up the tops and everything, I'll just push them back and keep them in control. Every one of these have blooming flowers ready to bloom. So boy, it's tough to whittle this down at all. But I think I'm going to go ahead, and this one's doing really well. Oh, all right. I'm going to do this one. You all right there, buddy? Yeah, that one should still be fine. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Okay, so that leaves me what I'm supposed to have here. And this is very close to exactly what it needs to be. I'm going to have to do this one. Okay. I know I let them get too big, but this is working out fine. This is the amount I can have here. And I'll come and check these guys and make sure we're not getting any aphid farming or anything like that on there. Okay, so I'll be whittling down. Ooh, my glasses are flying. Whittling these beds down accordingly. Okay, 1, 2, This has already got 3 growing across there. Ha, that's pretty cool. Okay, I only have to do this little one here. And this one's done. These are all looking good. 1, 2, 3, and oops. They went the glasses. I'll get them. A little bitty one. But it's gotta go. Okay. Bleh. Oh well, I'll take a shower. A little weeding while I'm here. There we go, get those guys pulled up. Now, let me count. 1, good, healthy, healthy. Healthy one, good. And 1, 2, 3. At first I'm like, why are they leaning over? And then I went, yeah, duh, they're vines. Of course they're gonna lean over. All right, so these 2 winter squashes are thinned out. I've just gotta do that one. These are summer squashes. They're not really, I don't feel like, strong enough yet for me to mess with them. I want to give them a chance to grow some more. They had to be planted later. They had to be planted after there was no danger of any frost. So this will be my straight neck, and this is going to sprawl a lot when it grows. And this is like a patty pan summer squash. These are all winter squashes. Isn't it incredibly wonderful how easy it is for me to work in these beds? Thinning or whatever, the reach is good. I'm thrilled to death with these. All right, so I'm down to the right amount. All here, I only have this row left to do. There we go. So, I guess it gets a little easier now that I've been doing it. Okay, now those are down to what I'm supposed to be able to accommodate, and I'll keep, an eye out. Like I said, if they start trying to crawl everywhere, I'll just keep showing them who's boss, pushing them back in. But I'm definitely getting flowers now, so I should be starting to get some of the little squash developing. And it was very hard to pull these plants out, but the ones that are left have to have room to be able to grow properly. So, all right, I'm gonna wait a little bit longer on my cucumbers. I want them to get tall enough. Well, let's go over and look at them. Of course, here's the glorious Lucy the cow, because she's a redhead, that our son's letting us use down here, one of his art sculptures. Our daughter-in-law wanted a beefier tomato cage, so he made a dancing cow. I think she's wonderful. So I'm going to train my cucumbers to climb right up Lucy. And they're starting to wind around a little bit now. I've had to have this mesh around there to keep the deer and rabbits from chomping on them. But I will... when they get a little bigger and I know I can start training some of them up there, then I'll see how many I can grow. Because if they've got enough room going down and I can give them room to sprawl up here, I may be able to grow quite a few of them. So I'm not quite ready to thin those guys out yet.
That is a white bunny that seems to be living in the area. This is the fourth time I've seen him.
that was some of the main things I needed to kind of thin out so that I can give everything a better chance to grow. And so I should be having some pretty good turnips and some parsnips coming up, finally some carrots. And the beets are looking good, the squash is looking wonderful. And I'm certainly, if nothing else, going to have some pumpkins. So my other bed, I've been getting lettuce out of it, and it's got a few things growing. I think my timing was wrong on a few things. They bolted before they even produced something. That's a learning process. We got to keep in mind, this whole year is a learning curve. I'm thrilled to death I'm growing everything that I am. This is my Dolly Parton rose, and I've already had one big beautiful flower, and there are at least 4 big old fat bulbs coming up. They are beautiful flowers, and they smell heavenly. Oh, another one right there, look at that, in that new growth. I've had a lot of people telling me, and there's another one here and another one here. Oh man, and here, this thing's a flower producer. Wow. Cool. I wish I could have found more than one of these when we were getting rose bushes, but I'll be happy to have this one because my other ones will be other colors. Anyway, a lot of people tell me to be careful not to water the leaves because they do better, but when it rains and rains and rains, I guess I have to trust that God's going to take care of them because the leaves are definitely getting watered. So, and a few of my other roses have some buds on them now. I'm pretty excited. They're all growing, so that's the important thing. I want them to get well established. So we're definitely getting tomatoes growing. All the rain is making some of the lower leaves get a little bit yellow. I'm not sure how to really protect them from that. But every one of these now has tomatoes growing on it. So I'm hoping we should get some pretty good amount of tomatoes. And then one last thing up here is that the fig is thriving. It's really doing well now. Lots of leaves coming up. I have high hopes for this tree now. So looking forward to that being a fig producer someday.
All right, so bear in mind that this year is an experiment for us.
Absolutely.
The last time we did a garden was about 30 years ago.
At least
35 years ago?
35 years ago, yeah. And that was very different kind of garden.
And so we're getting into this, and we don't know what we're doing, as you can see. We're learning a lot. One of the first things I think she learned was that she was still thinking, you know, a garden in the ground planted in rows, but we did an intensive bed garden.
Right, and I didn't intensive bed it right.
She planted it in rows instead of, you know, you sort of scatter it in intensive beds. So she's got space between the rows where there should be stuff growing in there. So that's one thing. Another thing is I'm still very skeptical about all of these vine type things that she planted in there. I think they're just going to completely take over and just grow out up inside of the wire and all that kind of stuff. But she read and planted according to the spacing that it said in the books that we were reading and
Best I can.
And the backs of the packages. So it's an experiment. We'll see what happens. If we have to leave the lids up and let them drape all over the grass, I guess we'll do that.
I'm still bigger and tougher than they are. We're not going to have the squash that ate Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just have to kind of keep them enough in control. But I just want to give them a chance to have enough there to start really producing.
Yeah, and I do have to say too, we did a video a little while ago about why we do it, why we're planting a garden, and I expressed some people said you're too negative. I expressed some negativity about it, and there's still some things that I'm concerned about. However, I am enjoying this a lot more than I thought I would, especially since you're still doing most of the work.
Yeah, it's my garden.
But it is a lot of fun to just go out every day and see the things coming up and growing, and I'm enjoying it much more than I expected that I would. And I think that from what we're learning too, I'm expecting that next summer we'll probably do a considerably bigger garden. I'll probably build several more beds and whatever. We'll see. But,
we'll see.
yeah.
We'll see. We've been enjoying the lettuce. It's been good, hasn't it? We've had salads and what we have been able to bring out of the garden so far has been yummy.
Yep.
So
I have a hamburger for lunch most days, and when I'm putting it together, I just go out in the garden and pick 3 or 4 leaves and put it on the hamburger. That's wild.
Yeah. Pretty neat.
Yeah.
So, alrighty. Well, we just wanted to kind of show you some stuff that's going on, and I'll put this all together now. So, all right, you guys, happy anniversary once again, and Well, I love you and live simple.
Live free. You be blessed.
Yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Bye
All
bye.
right, bye.
It's nice in here, Leo. It's humid out there. It's sweetie.